good morning, Huntsville. Welcome into, I'm looking here, I think episode number 16 as we're rocking and rolling, moving through. The month of April's already gone, and here we are, May Day, May the 1st. And excited to bring you another episode of Good Morning Huntsville, where we bring you all things good that are happening here in the community. Speaking of good, one of our new Foundation 5 sponsors joining us, Miss Karen Denman of Walker County Federal Credit Union, here in studio with us today. Karen, so good to see you.
You too, Rob. I'm so glad you're back.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm just glad to be here, and not just for me to be here, but to be around folks such as yourself. You know, it was a good time to get away for 10 months. We call it like a 10-month vacation.
And kind of cold.
It was, but you got to come back home to your friends, and Huntsville made a definite impact on us, and so we were very thankful to be back in this community. And Karen, you know, when I first got here several years ago, we got involved in the chamber. That's how you and I got to know each other.
Right.
And, finally got back over here after 10 months and just digging into the community. You've been here for a while. It's a great place to be.
I've been here a long, long time. I was born here, and that was a long, long time ago.
I thought you were only 31, Karen. So
well, yeah, 31 years ago.
31 years ago when Karen was born here in Huntsville, Texas. But, it is such a great place, and we've got a great show lined up today. We have our friend Randy Jeffcoat that will be joining us from Walker County area. Go Texan. We'll talk about a crawfish boil that's coming up this weekend and the great things that organization does. And also, Walker County Federal Credit Union partnering up with these guys to help make some things possible here in the community. So we'll highlight all those good events that are happening. Some things happened over the weekend as well. The color run happened from Tomorrow's Promise, and that was great to have that. And we'll talk a little bit about that event. And so much going on. It's fun. It's great to be here in this community because did you ever have the feeling, Karen, when you were younger of like, maybe you didn't. If you didn't, it's okay. But I know a lot of folks, like in their hometowns, they just like couldn't wait to get out of town. Were you like that growing up, or you're just like, I really enjoyed it. I never wanted to leave?
I guess back, high school days, that you always think, I'm going to go somewhere else and I'm going to do this and do that. But I never left. So here I am.
It's funny because, but it's great because, I grew up in Georgetown and I'll never forget when I was a kid, I was like, I can't wait to get out of here. And, as a kid or in high school.
Right.
And then you get out and you explore something else. And then you're like, I really miss my hometown.
Right. When you become a part of the community, you don't want to leave it.
And it was easier for me, being younger because Austin was growing so much. And for some weird reason, I thought Austin was cool and I wanted to be down in Austin. And I went there for a year and I was like, no way. I'm coming back to Georgetown.
Yeah. Especially now, just traffic.
Yeah. So it was, it's always great to reconnect with your hometown. And Karen, you've been here and you've seen growth, you've seen changes, but for me only being here for 4 years or so, and again that 10 months I was gone, I just kind of consider that a 10-month vacation, so we'll just kind of ignore that. So I'll just say I've been here for 4 years.
You didn't leave, you were just on vacation.
That's right, paid vacation.
Right.
But from an outsider looking in, I identified a culture here in Huntsville pretty quickly that to me was just very unique, and it was this caring attitude, and every community has that. I don't want to take away from other towns. We always are positive and upbeat here on the show, but this community has a very special and unique culture that I identified. It seems that compassion and caring is even more connected, and maybe it's that small town atmosphere, but you talk about 40,000 people in town, but it does have that feel to it, Karen, and because you've been here and you've experienced it.
Yes, it still does, and that's one of the great things about Huntsville and our community, being here, born here. I know a lot of people, and so that's allowed me to be involved in a lot of things, and it's just a great place to be.
As the community continues to grow and all that, what are some of the positives that you've seen, over the years here in Huntsville with this community?
I just like the way everybody embraces what's going on, if there's a benefit for the crawfish bowl, for the FCA, for Safe House, for all of the things that we have going here. How everybody just comes together and wants to be a part and wants to do good things for Huntsville.
One thing that I'm working on, and I may get with you, there's a few key folks that I've identified, so I'll just kind of, pull you in on this one day, and you'll probably say, okay, because, Karen, you're always involved. You'll probably say, Rob, never mind, I'm not going to do that, but I'm giving you a hard time. But I need to compile a list of all the nonprofits because I think, man, there's got to be over 100 or so here easily.
Yes, we do have a lot.
So
at some point or another, I've been involved or volunteered or something. So yes, there's no shortage of places that need volunteers and need help and community support.
I was going to say, what's the word that we always hear? Voluntold is what people say.
Yes, exactly.
And Huntsville is one of those places to where somebody will call you, and it's like this conviction that tugs at your heart when somebody calls you and you're like, God, I got a lot
You can't
going.
say no.
But you can't. No matter what you're doing, you cannot say no.
Especially me. I have a hard time with saying that.
Yeah. Well, there's been, so many organizations that you've been a part of, and now, of course, with Walker County Federal Credit Union, and we'll dig more into learning about the credit union as well throughout this show today, because maybe there's somebody, and definitely want you to stay tuned in, because it's an interesting show today. We're gonna talk again to Randy Jeffcoat that's joining us here shortly. We'll talk about Go Texan and what they do in the community and how they benefit youth in so many other areas. But then we'll also learn a little bit about the credit union. For me as a guy, I always just said, well, I'll get an account at a bank. And I won't say names, but I did have an account for many years, even when I came to Huntsville, at a big corporate bank. And that corporate bank is not located in this community, so I'd have to drive 20 minutes up the road to do banking with them. And you truly feel like you're a number. And when I came back to Huntsville here just a month or two ago, the first thing that says, I got to get an account established at a local bank, and I thought of you first. And I have a lot of friends in the community that are in the banking business, and I think very highly of them, but you and I have always connected the most. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go to Walker County Federal Credit Union. I'm going to open up an account. And then I had the idea here to start Hello Huntsville, which you guys are a huge part of that, and thank you for your support.
Absolutely.
And just doing that, I said, okay, well, I'm going to open up my business account as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy. I called up Denise. Well, I texted you, and I sent you a text. How many people at the bank can you just send a text message to? So I texted Karen, and she immediately said, here, go talk to this person and this person. I mean, literally within 6 hours, I had an account set up. And then I'm sitting there with Denise, and she gave me some advice on the business account. And she's like, oh, you need your EIN. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. And while I'm sitting at her desk, normally – there'd be a huge wait. You got all these people. You don't experience that at Walker County Federal Credit Union, which I love. And so I'm sitting there in her office, and she goes, yeah, you need an EIN. Well, I totally forgot about that. You would think, being a business person, I'd know I need an EIN. Well, the IRS makes it easy, so I went to their website.
Right.
While I'm sitting there, she didn't kick me out, didn't tell me to come back. She goes, no, go ahead and do it. I've got some other things I'll add to your account while you're doing it. 2 minutes later, I had my EIN. There's my account. I walked out the door with a card. I was ready to go.
Yep. We appreciate that.
So it makes it easy whenever you deal with your local hometown bank. And I was telling you before we went on air that I love that you guys are able to support what we're doing here to highlight nonprofits and also to promote your business. But I love it because I can genuinely sit here and talk about your bank because I bank at WCFCU.
Yes, we appreciate that. And thank you, Randy. He does too.
So yeah, it's cool, and not to say that I ever get on a public platform, and talk about services that I don't, say. Let me say it like this: like, let's say that I bought I own a Ford truck. Well, let's say that I'm sitting here talking about, yeah, I love my Chevy and I drive my Chevy. No, I don't ever. I'm always genuine and talk about the services and the products that I use. But with you guys, it's special and unique, and so it's a lot of fun. We do have a good show lined up. Today, again, I mentioned earlier, Randy's here waiting patiently with us, and so we'll have him on here in just a few moments. We're going to talk about banking and so much more. We also want to encourage you. Send those comments. Let us know where you're listening from. We always love to hear from you, and let us know what you're thankful for this day, especially on a Monday. It's May Day, and I never knew that there was such a thing as May Day. Have you ever heard of this, Karen?
I have not.
When I was a kid, there was, for some reason, maybe some of you out there know this, and comment in if you do, but for some reason, there was, on May Day, you were supposed to go and leave popcorn on people's doorsteps.
Really?
And I have no idea. This lady, a neighbor of ours when we were kids, told it, so we would go around leaving popcorn.
I never heard that.
And 99% of the neighborhood didn't either. We didn't. And so all these people started calling up my mom saying, what are all these kids doing leaving popcorn on our porches? So don't go out and leave popcorn on people's porches today. I don't know why they do that, but, there's 1% of the people in the world that know that. And the other 99%, such as me when I was younger, and Karen, many others, don't do it because people are going to wonder, why is popcorn on your front porch?
Yeah, well, now they'll know.
So probably don't eat it either.
Yeah.
But again, stay with us. Let us know you're out there. A lot of folks already chiming in. We appreciate that. We'll get to those here in just a few moments. For now, though, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment as Randy Jeffcoat joins us. Stay with us as we'll continue our show here in just a few moments. Again, this is Hello Huntsville. We'll be back here in shortly. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome back in here on Good Morning Huntsville. Beautiful day outside. As I look over outside the window, not a cloud in sight. That's always a good morning when the sun's ricocheting off the buildings next to us. And we are broadcasting live from our beautiful studio here downtown, made possible by our good friends at Elliott's Jewelers. Check them out online, elliotsjewelers.com. Elliott Herslick, very active in the community, giving back to a lot of local nonprofits. And honestly, Elliott was one of the inspirations for me starting this show a couple of years ago when we were doing it briefly on another platform, and now bringing it back here as a daily show every single morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So a big thank you to Elliott's Jewelers for all your jewelry needs, custom jewelry, and so much more. Please check them out online again, elliotsjewelers.com. That is ELLIOTTS Jewelers.com. Also, we're able to be here thanks to our good friend Paul Oley of the Gallery for all of your custom photography and corporate photos and more, family photos. Please go visit my good friend. Let him know I sent you. He's here at the Gallery, 1201 University Avenue. Well, hey, here we are. Mr. Randy Jeffcoat was waiting patiently back over there. Thank you for being here, Randy. Good to see you today.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in on such a short notice, too. Karen and I were talking last night, and Walker County Federal Credit Union, gracious enough now to be one of our Foundation 5 sponsors. And I had texted Karen yesterday. I said, hey, Karen, who's coming on? She goes, well, I guess I am. And so Karen came, and we were talking about, different ideas that we were going to chat about, and big crawfish boil coming up. And so wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that here in a moment. But before we do, Randy, just let us know a little bit of background about you, my friend.
Well, I the same as Karen. I grew up here in Walker County, and I did leave for a while. But like a lot of people from Huntsville, you have to come back. It draws you back.
Where did you head off to, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, for one, I went to college at College of the Main. Well, not College of the Main. San Jacinto Junior College.
Okay.
And after that, I went to work for the state and came back to Huntsville.
It's always good to be back here, and, we were talking about that earlier, and I guess, is it okay for a guy like me from an outsider to say, like, this is my hometown now? Is that okay?
Of course.
I guess you can.
I just wanted to make sure, And I know some of my Georgetown friends are probably watching. They're like, wait a minute, man. But, Huntsville's hometown to me now. Randy, you've been in the community, obviously, as you talked about, for quite a long time. Got involved with Go Texan. Give us a little bit of background about Go Texan and what the organization is.
Well, the Go Texan Committee was established back in 1973, so it's been here a long time. It was established by Buck Thomason, and it's part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. It was designed to help promote the Houston Livestock Show. It was help promote the youth in the communities and help with provide scholarships for the youth in the communities, whether it be the Houston Livestock Show scholarship or local scholarships.
And now, of course, you're part of the chair of the Walker County. Let me make sure I get this right. Walker County area Go Texan.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And Karen, you've got some ties in with that organization as well. Just Go Texan, been very important to the youth, as Randy talked about.
I got involved last year, and of course, the credit union had always been involved with it. Being a sponsor and all of that. But I got involved with the committee and this last year, and it's just amazing what the committee does, and
yes,
Randy
really
works hard to keep things going, and we've given away lots of scholarships to kids, and it's just an amazing organization.
Randy, you guys also, I believe, involved with the Huntsville Walker County Fair and Rodeo. Is that correct? Did I or not?
Yes, we have several of our members are part of the Walker County Fair Association.
Gotcha.
As well as we give scholarships to the youth that are out there. We also help with cooking and serving at Cowboy Camp and some other things. So we try to help them out as well, and vice versa. That's a really good organizations that promotes agriculture and the youth of our community and keeping them involved.
Is there any involvement in the reason I'm asking is just because a little bit of work that I do with the school district, any involvement with FFA here?
Yes, sir. There again, we provide scholarships.
So through
in fact, we provide scholarships to any student in Walker County. The Fair Association is very involved with FFA and 4-H. So, yes, sir, it kind of goes hand in hand in our community.
Well, it's great. You know, a lot of opportunities to help out youngsters here, and we always talk about just that next step, what's going to happen after high school. And a lot of these kids, you know, need resources, and not just here, but throughout the state. And Go Texan doing a great job with that here throughout the Lone Star State. That's why it's good to be back in Texas. A lot of folks helping out each other, such as organizations like Go Texan. Of course, funding is a big need. You can't run an organization without funding.
That is correct.
We're sitting next to a banker here, so
Right.
Karen knows all about that. Event coming up, I believe, this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Tell us a little bit more about the crawfish boil.
Yes, sir. Our 29th annual crawfish boil will be May 6th. We sell tables of 8 for $300. We also do sponsorships, but we're done with our sponsorships and have them on our banners and what have you. So we hope to raise some money to give some scholarships out for the next year. This year we've given $25,000 in scholarship funds to local students.
Wanted to, you know, and I definitely don't want to skip over that. When you think of a number like $25,000, I mean, that is a big chunk of change. You know, Karen, going
It
right back
is.
here, investing in our community and these
It
kids.
is. Yeah.
And in fact, this year because of the Go Texan committee in our community, the Houston Livestock Show gave 2 $20,000 scholarships to students in Walker County. Normally we get 1. This year we were lucky enough to get 2.
That is great. And these, you know, just right back here, investing in our youth in our own county, and you know, this county continues to grow. Not as maybe not as huge as some areas, and we like that. We like a little slow, steady growth. You know,
Yes.
what I learned in Fargo, when the big winter comes and the big snow, you don't want it to melt all at once. You want a nice, slow, steady
Yes.
melt. So
Yes.
kind of the same way, I guess, with growth. You know, you want a nice, slow, steady growth so you can continue to develop your communities in your area. Again, Randy Jeffcoat joining us. Appreciate his time this morning from Walker County area. Go Texan. Been on
Yes,
the chair.
sir.
How long have you been part of this organization?
You put me on the spot there. You know,
A long
I
time.
think it's been a while. I think
Been a
at least about 9 years. So
And there's still opportunities, I believe, Karen. We were talking earlier. Some tickets still available, but I believe today is the last day.
we do have tables available. Today is the last day. You can
Call me.
You
Call
can
Randy.
Karen. You can talk to myself. Irma Dowden at the annex over here has got some tables for sale, as well as any other person with the Go Texan committee. Just reach out to them. We can get them a table.
Yeah.
What's
we
the
have a-
best way that they can, some public information that I can put up here on the screen for folks?
Well, they can actually go to our Facebook page.
Okay. And I can pull that up here for you guys. It's the Walker
Okay.
County area Go Texan, correct?
That is correct.
All right. So I'm going to put a link up here, and I believe it is WCAGT committee, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it.
So this is it here. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen. So, folks, look, if you don't have anything going on this weekend, and you said it's Saturday, is this?
It is Saturday.
It's Saturday.
This Saturday.
Doors open at 5.
So, look, make plans now, Huntsville and Walker
And if you
County.
don't like crawfish, we've got fried fish too, and all the fixins. So there'll be something there for everybody. Come support the kids. Silent auction.
Definitely.
It'll be
Help us
fun.
raise some money for some scholarships. We'd like to try to be on the increase. Each year we like to try to increase a little bit more.
Outdo ourselves from the year before.
Well, there it is. Put that link up there on the screen. Again, the Walker County area Go Texan having a big crawfish boil. But as Karen said, maybe you're not a crawfish eater. Doesn't matter because, look, you're coming out, you're supporting kids. And I can tell you what, when you're supporting kids, if maybe there's something on the table that you don't like to eat, but when you're supporting kids, there's always going to be something on that table, especially here in
Right.
Huntsville,
Exactly.
Texas, that you
Yes,
like to eat.
definitely.
Absolutely.
So get out, be a part of that. Still an opportunity to get involved. Go to the Facebook page. I put that link there for you, Huntsville, and you can find out more information. And not just Huntsville, but again, you know, a lot of times we hear Walker County, we think of Huntsville, but there's so many other communities that are part of this county,
Definitely.
such as New Waverly and many others as it
Yes.
continues to grow as well.
They're also a part of our community. We try to keep them involved, and some of our members on our committee are from New Waverly.
That is great. Just had an opportunity to broadcast some New Waverly softball. Got to know Coach Dixon.
Yes.
She's also the volleyball coach. And so, Coach, if you're watching this morning, congratulations on a successful season. I know the girls there, they won the first game but lost the next two on Saturday, but a great season for a very young team. And that's what I love about this county and the people in this county is we talk about just the youth and the impact that they're making. And friends, I want to encourage you. I always talk about the show having kind of a little uplifting, inspirational type segment. I mean, it's us as adults that need to be the ones to reach out to these youth and lift them up. And some of our youth in this county may not have people that they look up to, and that's anywhere that you go. And so you can be that person, and these scholarships can help these kids as well.
Definitely, and the community has been a big part of that. They've helped us tremendously over the years and continue to help. It shows the generosity of the people within our community to help the youth for our future. Definitely.
When you mentioned the crawfish bowl, and I got to talk to you about this because, in Central Texas, it wasn't crawfish wasn't like a big thing for a while, and now I guess that influence came, and it's a good influence. I love it. And so I met a young man from Louisiana, church I used to go to, and he was big on crawfish. So he introduced it to our church. No one there had ever really gotten involved in eating crawfish. And, it's something that I really have started to enjoy. I like just pouring out. I'm a newbie at this, but I'm talking about like the paper you pour it on the table. You just dump everything on the table and go to town on it. So, and I'm assuming that's what this is going to be, right?
Well, actually, we have a couple of serving lines set up, and you come through and you get a flat, and we'll fill your flat up, and when you get through with that one, if you're still hungry, come back for some more.
Who's cooking the crawfish?
Big E takes care of our crawfish. In fact, he'll take care of our fish as well.
All right. I was hoping Karen would have a hand in that as well.
Well, I don't know if y'all want me cooking crawfish.
You'll just be eating, right, Karen?
I will be eating.
Awesome. Well, again,
that night I'll be working. I doubt we'll have too much time to do anything else.
Big E does an excellent job of taking care of us and taking care of our crawfish and catfish as well.
Well, Randy, appreciate you being here. Yeah, continue on. Sorry.
As well as supporting us over the years.
Absolutely. Well, again, Randy Jeffcoat joining us here from Walker County area. Go Texan. What are some of the biggest needs? I know we talked about, financially, of course, people can get involved. And fundraisers such as this, of course, help to support these scholarships that go to kids through y'all's organization. What are some other needs, though, that Go Texan has here in Walker County?
Well, right now, we're looking for silent auction items for our silent auction. And we have two events in the community. We have a steak dinner in August, and we have our crawfish boil in May. So be ready for our steak dinner. It's going to be coming up. Tickets will be coming out next month or so. So that would be a big help. We'll be back again.
All right. And who's cooking those steaks? I got to ask.
Well, we haven't decided yet. I can tell you that last couple of years, Humphreys has taken care of our steaks. And they've done an awesome job. They've done an awesome job of helping us raise money as well. So we thank them for their support.
Well, great, Randy. That's one thing about this show, doing it early. I usually don't eat breakfast in the morning. Are you guys breakfast eaters?
Mm-mm.
They always say breakfast is the most important meal, and I never get time. I just – people say you got to make time, I guess. And for me, breakfast used to be the number one thing when I was a kiddo. But then for some reason, we always talk about food on this show, and I start getting hungry.
Yeah.
Around 7:30, here we are, and I'm ready to eat, man.
Right. I would like to reach out to some of our sponsors. We have several sponsors in the community.
Sure.
And really, when you hear these sponsors don't just help with us; they help with everything in the community. You'll hear their names over and over again. Wiesner. Ever since we started sponsorship, Wiesner has been our main sponsor. You have Wisniewski Dodge, your Bill Fick Ford, Huntsville Toyota, Pete Johnson Wrecker Service has been with us since we started, and then you have Howard Capital Management. Man, the other day at the Texan Cafe, they put on a really big event.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
It's good to have them. McCarty Development, Park Law Firms helped us out over the years as well, and many others. We have 3 different levels of sponsorships, and we have 6 of the Bayou Queen sponsors, and 17 other of the Mudbug sponsors. So these names have been. I mean, when you come to the fairgrounds, you see those names when you
Almost any event.
exactly any event. I mean, you see them helping in our community, cooking, serving. They do it all, and without our sponsors, without our businesses in our community, I don't know what we would do, because they are a really big help.
That's right, and that all goes back, Karen, to what we talked about earlier, just about how everybody's willing to step in. And you know, anytime there's a need here in Huntsville and throughout the county, you just say one thing, and all of a sudden you have an army of folks that'll come out and help. And that's what you guys are seeing with Go Texan as well, all these wonderful sponsors.
Yes,
Definitely.
we couldn't do it without them.
A lot of fun. Come on out to the Crawfish Boil and help out a good cause, a very great organization, the Walker County area Go Texan, our good friend Randy Jeffcoat, and the committee there doing a wonderful job helping to support our youth. Randy, before we let you go, any final remarks, anything else on your mind?
Well, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be here and promote the Go Texan Committee today, and hopefully we'll be back.
Absolutely.
So, definitely.
I texted Randy last night after we talked, and he called me back, and he said, "Now, what is it you want me to do?"
Well, it worked again. You know, folks helping out in the community, and that's what it is. You know, sometimes all the time when there's a need here, I joke around, but I'm being serious. I mean, there's a family, and one of our other Foundation 5 sponsors here, Guardian Defense, and a good friend Jason Thompson, Denise, and Ricky, their family. I mean, they literally have helped me. I moved 5 times in 2 years, 3 of them here in Huntsville. And when we came from Georgetown, they just said, "Hey, we're going to bring our trailer and come help you move." And I said, "No, it's fine. I can get a U-Haul." They said, "Nope, you're not going to do that. We're going to bring our trailer and help you." And that's just this community and how it is here in
definitely.
Huntsville.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to tell you right now, friends, we love people coming here. But if you're going to come here, you're going to learn that culture of service.
We're going to put you to work.
We're going to put you to work. So welcome. You're more than welcome to come into Huntsville. But just know when you come here that you're
going to be voluntold.
You're going to be voluntold, and you're going to be around a great group of folks. Randy, again, appreciate your time
Yes, sir.
and all the great work you're doing for our youth.
Definitely. Thank you, sir.
We'll step aside. We'll take a break. We've got a lot more to come. We're going to learn a little bit more about the credit union when we come back and how they benefit the community, and also what you can do to get involved with WCFCU. Stay with us. A lot more to come here this morning. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome back in. We are broadcasting live from our beautiful studio here downtown, right off the square at University Avenue. Brought to you by our good friends at Elliott's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com. But today, Monday, joined by our gracious co-host today, Miss Karen Denman of Walker County Federal Credit Union. Great to catch up with Randy. I hadn't had a chance. It's amazing because even in a small community, you still get to meet people all the time. And I'd been here for a few years and had not had a chance. I'd heard Randy's name, but I hadn't had a chance to meet him. What a tremendous man he is here for Huntsville.
Yes, he is. He and I went to high school together, so, he's 31 too, obviously.
Yeah. Well, he's 32, yeah. So he's 32, you're 31, so there's that
Right.
just a little bit of an age difference.
Yeah, but he leads our Walker County area Go Texan committee and does a great job.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that's so great, Karen, is as we're talking this morning here, and again, welcome in on a Monday, episode number 16. Crazy to think that, we're already through April, and May is here, and they always say, what was the old saying? April showers brings May flowers, and we had a lot of rain this past month.
Yes, we did.
I was sitting there yesterday, Karen, out at our house in Elkins, and I noticed the yard was, and I got to get this checked. I need to call up the city and make sure that my water's not leaking. But I mean, the ground was just saturated. And I went and opened up the meter box, and it was completely full of water. And so I'm kind of wondering, maybe was there a leak? But I think what happened, there's a lot of development, and we're kind of down from where they've built some development a little bit up higher, and I think some of that may have washed off, and now it's forcing some water down into our property. It's not bad, but I noticed it yesterday, and I was like, "Man, why is it?" Because I was going to let Braylon play around in the grass, and it was in the afternoon. I was like, "Why is the grass wet? It hadn't rained, and it was just all squishy everywhere." So, you got to worry. One time, my neighbor back in Georgetown, I had parked my Jeep up on the right side of the driveway, and the next day I realized that there was a ton of water all around my Jeep. And it turns out, and I don't think that it's anything from my Jeep being parked there because it wasn't near the pipe, but just coincidentally, her water main had kind of broken, and there was water going everywhere. And it turns out it wasn't. It was not from my Jeep, but it was connected farther down. And so she ended up telling me she got like a $250, $300 water bill that month.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, it wasn't for my Jeep, I don't think. At least that's a story. It was several years ago. But you gotta pay attention to those kind of things because you never know what's going to happen, with your property and all that. But speaking of things happening, Walker County Federal Credit Union is staying busy, and a lot of great things happening at the credit union. I wanted to give you an opportunity this morning, Karen, and again, welcome in everybody. We'll get to those comments here in a moment. A lot of folks are joining us. Just wanted to give you an opportunity this morning to kind of highlight Walker County Federal Credit Union. How long have you been involved?
Well, I've been at this credit union 4 years. I've been in the financial services industry for over 30. So, I was one when I started. But we are, to be eligible for membership, you need to live, work, or worship in Walker County or have immediate family that already banks with us. We do have, people that bank with us that have moved, but they've still, kept their account. We like to be involved. We like to be a part. We like to make people feel comfortable when they come in. Like you said earlier, you're not just a number. Most everyone there, somebody knows your name. We just like to take care of people.
Yeah, it's neat because I didn't understand really how a credit union worked, like the difference between a credit union and a bank. And I know credit union is a bank in a way. I don't want to misconstrue what I'm trying to say, but it's different. You're a member when you join a credit union. A lot of different perks. I think one of the biggest things that I like, and as I was mentioning earlier, going with a big brand national bank, and every organization and business has their place. I always say, I'm not knocking anyone else, but I started getting hit with a $25 a month fee, and it was after our mortgage had ended when we sold our house in Central Texas and moved here. I guess I had lost my grandfather clause. I'd been a customer of this particular bank for over 20 years. Basically since I was right when I got into high school. And, I was like, come on, guys, you're charging me $25 a month now.
They were charging you a fee for something that you no longer had.
Yeah, and I was just like, why am I getting, because you don't have a mortgage anymore with us now, and, this was grandfathered in, and you're no longer, it was like, and it wasn't just one, it was like, now you're no longer eligible for free checks, you got to pay, and all this different,
right.
I never used the checks, to be honest, but one time, but that's the thing, and I just felt like I became a number. I was lost in translation. Mm-hmm. And what's really neat about joining you guys and becoming a member, I'm not just a customer, I'm a member of Walker County Federal Credit Union. Whenever you walk in, you feel like you're part of a family, and everybody greets you and takes care of you. The biggest thing for me, honestly, is I just had to pay a very small minimal membership fee. I think is what it is, $10. $5. So it seems less than I thought.
Yep.
And that goes in, and you know what? I don't have any ongoing monthly charges to be involved. No, there's different areas, but I don't pay any of that anymore.
No, we do not charge monthly service charges to do business with us. We don't do that.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things too, with a credit union, talking about just that atmosphere, when you come in, you feel welcome. You feel like you're part of a special group. What are some of the other key differences between, a credit union and maybe what someone would consider maybe a traditional bank?
Well, just like any other big box bank or any other financial institution, we have all that stuff. We've got the online banking, the remote deposit capture. We've got all of that stuff. What we feel like really sets us apart from some of the other places is that we don't make you feel like a number. We try to, be personal with you. We answer the phone when you call. It's whoever answers the phone, that's someone who's actually sitting in the office, not in a call center somewhere, somebody that doesn't know you. We answer our own phones. The biggest difference is that a credit union is a co-op. It's member owned. As not such as a bank, that they pay stockholders all their dividends at the end of the year go back to their major stockholders. The credit union, those dividends go back into the membership as far as, providing more services or a higher rate on your deposit, a lower rate on your loan, those types of things.
Again, we're talking to Karen Denman this morning here from Walker County Federal Credit Union with us here on Mondays. I know that you guys will rotate. We'll have some other folks from the credit union in here, of course, on Mondays as well. But appreciate your support, not in us, but in this community, because it's so important. And just as Randy said earlier, he was mentioning all those wonderful sponsors that are helping out with Go Texan. You guys' name is on everything. Every time I look at an event, I see WCFCU. When I was broadcasting Huntsville Hornet ISD Sports and brought that video platform here locally, which was exciting to be able to do that to promote our kids, we had a replay system, and you guys were the first ones to hop on that. And so we had the Walker County Federal Credit Union Instant Replay.
Right. More often than not, we support things, but most of the time you will see somebody from the credit union, normally Denise and I, at every event. So we don't just, have our name slapped on it. We're actually there supporting and being a part of it.
Yeah,
and we love it.
And being involved, working in the events and all that. And I think that's so important because, again, that's kind of the theme. Every morning it's kind of neat on this show because it feels like there's a theme that starts to be developed. And today that theme is just community and how people get involved and organizations get involved, and they want to be a part of all the good things that are happening here in Huntsville. So Walker County Federal Credit Union, that's your go-to, and I can say it, and I can endorse it not because you're sponsoring this show, but because I actually bank there, and I can truthfully say that they will take care of you. Unfortunately, before we left, we sold our golf cart, and I was because I didn't know. I thought, okay, we're going to go to Fargo, we're going to get rooted up there, and we're going to be there for 20 years. I mean, that was...
You don't need one of those in the snow.
Yeah, that was the game plan. And so we had got a golf cart, and it was a really cool little off-road type golf cart, and I called Karen before I'd made that purchase. And I said, hey, I'm interested in getting a golf cart. We live here in this community, and, thought it'd be fun with Braylon and the new baby. And Bridget and I had this big vision of envisioning her when she's a little bit older, cruising around.
Right.
And then we got the call to go to Fargo, and we ended up selling the golf cart. But I brought that up because you made that process so easy. Again, I texted you, and I called the bank, and the bank was like, yeah, we can do this, this, and this. And I mean, literally within an hour, we had our loan, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was even funded like that, and took the check over to the golf cart company, and, next day I had a golf cart in my driveway.
Right. We try to make it as easy as we can. Of course, I do the lending there at the credit union. You can apply online. You can come in person. Now we have everything electronic, so if that's your preferred method of communication, we can do it that way. Or if you want to come in and sit and talk and sign in person, we can do it that way. We can accommodate you anyway, whatever your preference is.
And you know what? I'm sitting here thinking, I didn't even mention, also, we have our car loan with you guys.
That's right, you do.
and that was another thing, whenever we had just moved here and we joined the credit union and we were looking to get an auto loan. And we got quotes back from the local dealerships. And I called you up, and you're like, well, let me take a look at this. And you were honest with me. You said, if we can, so I've worked sometimes to where, there's been opportunities where it's like, no, we can't beat that. But in this case, you guys beat it easily. Mm-hmm. And so we got such a good rate on our auto loan. And again, the process was so easy. I mean, we had the car that evening, and it was thanks to you guys. And got a really awesome interest rate on it, and even we moved away, but then we still had the loan, and we came back, and we didn't want to shift. We had so many people saying, "Hey, well, move that over to us." I was like, "No, Karen Denman at Walker County Federal Credit Union takes good care of you."
That's right. We appreciate that. Thank you.
There is one other thing too that I really wanted to educate folks on, and I wanted to make sure that we get this messaging out here today, Karen, is whenever you're going through that process and looking at warranties and those things, the credit union can offer that.
Yes, we can.
Tell us about how that works.
We've been using this same company for over 20 years because they're great. You hear the commercials all the time and all the stories and all the jokes about, they're calling you about your car warranty. Well, we do offer those at the credit union. We have different options available. There's gold, platinum, silver. They're pretty much bumper to bumper. It's going to be the same kind of warranty that the dealership's going to offer you. For a lot less. And we wouldn't sell something to our members that we're not that we wouldn't use ourselves or are not confident about. So if you're interested in just a warranty, you don't even have to the car financed with me to buy one. So we can certainly help you with that too.
I didn't know that. So see, there's some knowledge this morning that's very useful. So yeah, whenever you're thinking about getting a new vehicle, call our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Also ask them about the warranty options, because they can offer kind of a full service for your auto needs, for your recreational needs. Like I said, I got a golf cart back in the day, and we sold that before we left, but Walker County Federal Credit Union helped us out and secured that as well. So many things going on, and as time goes on, we'll learn more about the credit union, more about the involvement in the community. I mean, there are things that we can talk about every single week that you guys do here in Huntsville that makes it unique. Did want to give you an opportunity, though, to plug the locations, because you have the one here off Normal Park. Is that correct?
That is our only location.
That's where I go, yeah.
Yes.
And that's where I always go. That's the location.
Yes, 1802 Normal Park Drive behind Brookshire's, the funeral home on that back street there. Or you can call us at 936-291-2171.
Walker County Federal Credit Union, they'll take great care of you. They always do. And one thing that I did want to ask, ATMs, because I'll be honest, I don't use ATMs that much. How does y'all's ATM service work? That's one question I've never asked you before.
Well, we just have the one, and it's at our location.
So just right there at the bank and easy to go into. I think one of the other reasons, too, a good friend of mine banks with you guys, and he had mentioned all the great things that y'all did. And so, that was another easy decision, because I knew you, and then I knew him, and I knew 4 or 5 other people immediately that said, yeah, Walker County Federal Credit Union, your go-to bank here in Huntsville.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. We're going to wrap things up when we come back. We've got about 15 more minutes or so. We'll talk about more good happening here in Huntsville. Also, look, maybe a little May trivia coming your way. Karen, are you down?
I'm down.
All right, a little May trivia when we come back. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come here this morning on Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be right back. Hey, friends, welcome back here. Good morning, Huntsville. Thanks for joining us. We are broadcasting live from our studio downtown here, right off the square. Boy, what a beautiful Monday it is setting up to be. I don't see a few little clouds out there.
It is gorgeous.
Just a little, what was that, Bob Ross, the painter back in the day on PBS? That's what it looks like. It looks like a little Bob Ross canvas out there. Little patches of white, but should be a beautiful day today. Temperature starting to warm up just a little bit. I was nervous this morning. Again, here with Karen Denman, Walker County Federal Credit Union. I was nervous this morning because I don't know if I had said it publicly yet here on camera, but I had gotten up this morning, and I usually get up about 5 or so now to do this show. I kind of get up, get ready, and get over here and get things set up. And the first show we ever had, I had BJ McMichael on. BJ, if you're watching, love you, brother. But man, I felt so bad because I got over here and I drove all the way here, did not have the key to the door, had to go back to the house. And when you go back to Elkins, that's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not this quick little 5-minute hop and skip. So I drove back, got back over here, and then I realized I didn't have a bracket for my tripod. And so it was like, you're supposed to be like prepared, ready to roll. The first show, it went off all right, but it's all these little things behind the scenes. Well, this morning, I thought I was having deja vu again because I get up early, I'm feeling good. You want to wake up positive, right?
Right.
Like, no matter what's going on, and I'm going to practice what I preach. I always say no matter what's going on, I'm going to wake up today with just an attitude of gratitude. I'm going to be thankful. I don't care what's going on. I don't care, if I'm behind on something or something's not going my way. I'm just gonna faith through it, And I got up this morning feeling good, Karen, and then all of a sudden I realized, I can't find my keys. Great. And then right when I thought about that thought, I realized, and all my equipment's packed up in the truck. because we were broadcasting to Waverly softball, all the camera equipment that we use here. So now I'm thinking, I got to get my keys. I got to figure out how I'm going to hurry up and get up here to the studio and to get all the equipment set up. But everything worked out, and here we are.
Yep, you're right on time.
And then we were joking around, and Randy, I think, had said he'd gotten behind a school bus.
Yes.
And once you get into that routine, the school buses are really good about routine. I mean, if they tell you they're going to pick up your kid at 7:37, they're usually going to be there at 7:37, whatever your bus route is. And so I know that if I'm before a certain time, that I'm going to get behind a school bus coming in on the highway down 19, and it's going to take like an extra 10 minutes. So what happens, Karen? I'm already running late. Already forgot my keys. Finally found them. They were in the floorboard of our other vehicle, by the way. Had to clean our car yesterday because we have dogs and a kid, so you know how that goes. Found the keys. I get on the road, and guess what's in front of me?
A bus.
School bus. And I'm sitting there in my mind, and I'm thinking, man, you yellow school bus, man. And I'm just said a prayer. I said, God, please let that school bus turn left, because I didn't recognize it was bus number 5. Well, bus number 5 does not go in front of me. It's another bus. Bus number 5 turned left, so I got here in plenty of time. So it worked out. So, hey, don't let the little things get to you, and especially don't be going faster on a school bus, because we want our kids to be safe. But a lot of fun, a lot of great things happening here throughout the week. Again, we talked earlier with Randy Jeffcoat of Walker County area Go Texan, crawfish boil, put their information up on the screen earlier. So make sure that you go out and support these youth. Something else that you do in town, Karen, and you reminded me of this during the break, is trivia. And I forgot all of it. I didn't realize you were the trivia lady.
Yes, Denise and I do trivia at Rodeo Mexican Restaurant every Monday. We started out just Delphina, the owner, she said, it's kind of slow on Monday nights. And so we were just talking, and Denise and I said, well, why don't we just start a trivia, see how it goes? If it works, fine. If it doesn't, okay. Well, our first 2 weeks were in the right side of the restaurant when you walk in, the smaller area, and we've outgrown that. So now we're busting out of the left side, the big area. So it's a lot of fun, prizes for every round. So if you like trivia, come join us.
And when do y'all do this again?
Every Monday at 6:30.
So you're getting ready right now. You're getting ready, or not right now, obviously, but you're
It'll
getting ready for
be
tonight.
this evening, yes.
Man, that's great. Did
Yes.
you ever think you'd be doing trivia?
I did not. But we really enjoy it. And the people that come, we've got some regulars that have been with us from day one that we can always count on them to be there. And, some friends have told friends. And so it's just really grown. And we have a good time.
It's all that social media push that you guys do. I always see it on
Yes.
social media, and I started thinking, man, we need to find a way. We need to get a babysitter on Monday nights.
Well, bring
And,
Braylon. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll have to come out there. And it was cool with Steve when Steve Ricks was here in Huntsville. And love you, Steve. Miss you big time, man. I still talk to Steve probably
Yes,
once
I
a
miss
week.
Steve.
And Steve's a great dude, and I still chat with him, like I said, probably once a week or so at least. And he and I started to go have lunch with Cooter over at Rodeo, and so we used to meet over there once a month, and we'd go have lunch with Cooter. And then I was like, man, this rodeo is really good. Mm-hmm. And now I got Bridget going over there. In fact, we ate there yesterday. A couple of weeks ago, I ate there 2 days in a row. So, Delphina, whatever you're cooking over there, whatever you're putting in that food, it's addicting. It's bringing me back.
Yes.
It's bringing me back multiple days, but it is good and a lot of fun. And appreciate Delphine. It's just great. I mean, again, community. We talk about it and how great everybody is here in Huntsville. So, yeah, awesome. How long have you been doing the trivia, by the way?
July will be 1 year that we've been doing it at Rodeo.
Awesome.
So we're going to have something special during that month for our 1 year anniversary, but I don't know exactly what yet, but it'll be something good.
It's coming, so get ready. Go out there. What time do y'all start that at, by the way?
6:30.
6:30 Mondays at Rodeo. Now, tonight, though, FCA banquet going on.
Yes, Denise will be doing the trivia tonight.
So Denise
I'll
will be there
going
tonight.
to the FCA banquet that Walker County also is a sponsor for as well. But Denise will be doing the trivia tonight, so we're still having it.
Still having it tonight over at Rodeo. All right, so here we go. You brought this up, and you said, man, this would look bad, Rob, if I didn't know. Whenever you do the trivia, how do you do it? Do you give, like, multiple choice, or do you have to know straight up?
Some of them are multiple choice. We have 4 different rounds, so they vary.
And some of them you just have to know off the top of your head?
Right.
See, I'm terrible at the know off the top of your head trivia. And so I've got some May trivia here, but I have no idea what these are. I'm already looking. the first 4 questions, and I have no idea what any of these are. Maybe you will.
I can't even see them.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, then we won't even do it then. Perfect, right?
I can't even see what they
All
are.
right, little May trivia for you this morning here on Good Morning Huntsville as we get started. Also want to say hello, good morning to Kay Boning. Congratulations on the color run that happened. Was out there for a few moments on Saturday. A lot of fun. Billy Papania joining us. Good morning, Billy. Want to make sure I acknowledge these folks. Frank Robinson. He's saying, good morning, sunshine. So good old Frank out there. Little sunshine coming in. Also, Amanda Summer saying good morning from Huntsville. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Amanda.
So good, Amanda. Good to have you this morning. Thanks for joining us. And she said that she enjoys watching local. I'm thankful to wake up for another beautiful day. Love that. Also, Roxana is joining us saying good morning as well. Good morning to you, Roxana. Justin Killingsworth over at the Color Bar saying good morning. Also one of our Foundation 5 sponsors. Justin joins me every Thursday. Rick Boning joining us as well. How about April B. from New Waverly chiming in this morning? I didn't even get to these earlier, Karen. We were having so much fun, I forgot to get to them. And then I have to acknowledge my beautiful bride, Bridget Brennan. She's joining as well. So if you don't ever say hello to the significant other, you are in the doghouse.
Right.
All right, Karen, we got about 6 minutes. Can we do a little trivia? You got about 6 more minutes?
Yeah,
We're
sure.
after 8 o'clock.
Okay, let's do it.
By the way, before we get going, if you were supposed to be at work at 8 a.m., you're not at work
You're
right
late.
now. So you're probably going to be fired. So you might as well go back to sleep. All right, as well as, here we go. And you can play in with this, all right? This morning, Huntsville, and wherever you're listening from, you can join us. As well as Taurus, what other star sign could you have if you were born in the month of May?
Gemini.
I'm not even, man, you were right on the money.
I
there.
was born in May, so that's how I know that.
Yeah, but you was just like that immediately. I don't even know what mine is. I'm April. I don't even know what it is.
You're probably Taurus.
I don't even know what it is. Yeah, I have no clue. What is the birthstone for May?
Emerald.
Wow. This is like the Huntsville trivia.
And I said I wouldn't know any of these.
I mean, come on. All right. This one may be a little bit tougher. And by the way, play in if you're out there. We'd love to hear from you. Just send those comments here this morning. Which movie premiered on May the 25th, 1977? That's a tough one.
I don't know. I'd have to say Staying Alive or some John Travolta movie.
I was thinking of Grease. Is that a good one, or is that the 80s?
No, that was probably 70s.
All right, let's see. Star Wars.
Oh.
Way off.
No wonder I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a Star Wars
not
person.
Everybody gets hyped up about Star Wars.
I know.
And I thought that movie that makes fun of it, what is it called, Spaceballs? I thought that was way more fun than Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan. May sits in what season in the Southern Hemisphere? May in what season in the Southern Hemisphere? That's kind of weird because I would think maybe more like, could it be?
Summer?
I'm going to say.
Spring?
I'm going to say, man, I want to say fall. It's autumn.
Oh.
So there you go. Yeah. So that was close enough. The Brooklyn Bridge opened to traffic on May the 24th, 1883. What boroughs did it connect?
I have no idea.
No idea on that one. Brooklyn and Manhattan. See, I wouldn't have thought. I was going to say like the Bronx, but I guess the Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn and Manhattan. What special day do we celebrate on the second Sunday of May?
Mother's Day.
It's got to be Mother's Day. I was about to miss that one, and man, Mama would have been mad. Which member of the British royal family was born on May the 24th, 1819?
Oh, my goodness. No idea.
Maybe, let's see which one this is. Bridget just said, May the 1st be with you. It's May. Yeah, someone said May the 4th. May the 4th is coming up. That's whatever everyone always says, May the 4th be with you. Yeah. Which member of the British royal family? Queen Victoria. Oh, here's a good one. What is May's birth flower? Lily? Is that
How do I not know that? My birthday's in May. I don't know.
You think lily? Is that a good answer? Lily? Let's see. Oh, Lily of the Valley.
It is.
So,
okay.
So let me ask you, as Trivia Queen of Huntsville, is it okay? Can we call you Trivia Queen of Huntsville? If I was at your trivia and you had that question and I said Lily, would you have accepted it?
We would have.
Okay.
Yes.
Even though I didn't say Lily of the Valley.
Correct.
Okay.
We don't count off for spelling either because, some people have a hard time spelling.
Hey, I'm one of those. In the Northern Hemisphere, May is in which season? Spring.
Spring.
Yeah, because we're here right now. May was originally called Maius after the Greek goddess of what? Man, I'm not good at that stuff.
I have no idea.
growth.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I wouldn't have either. April showers, May flowers, flowers grow, but I would have never thought of that. May hasn't always been seen as an optimistic month. Can you fill in the gap in this famous poem, something in May and you'll rue the day? So blank in May and you'll rue the day. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Let's see if anyone else is chiming in. Rick Boning was chiming in a little bit earlier. He doesn't have the answer on that one, though, but it's May. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. It is, Mary. Mary in May, and you'll rue the day. Okay. What are the Eta Aquarius clue? It happens each year. I don't even know what that is.
Me either.
And I probably didn't even say that right. That's that Texas coming out. What are the Eta Aquarius clue? It happens each year, boy. A meteor shower that passes the Earth between April 19th and May 28th. We got a few more here, and then we'll get rolling here, Karen. Who married Priscilla Ann Ballou on May the 1st, 1967? Did I say that last name? I don't even know who that is.
I don't either.
Somebody's making it. Wow, Priscilla.
Oh, that Priscilla. Okay.
All right.
I didn't know that was her last name.
What is the Indianapolis 500? It's an Indy race. It's annual car. Well, Indy car. Yeah, annual car race. All right, we've got just, let's do 4 more. The last Monday of May is a federal holiday in the U.S. to honor and mourn military personnel who have lost their lives. What day is this known as?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Knew that one, yep. In May of what year was the last ever new episode of Friends aired? I didn't watch Friends. Did you? Bridget, I think Bridget watched it maybe. I watched some of it.
I watched it, but I wouldn't know. I don't recall that.
Man, I'm going to say 2003. 2003. 2004. Okay. May is a month-long appreciation of what type of barbecue favorite and fast food regular in the U.S. Oh, I know what this is, and it's the McRib at McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Please let it be. Please let it be. No, it's not. It's National Burger Month because the McRib comes in the winter. Man,
okay.
Come on, dude. All right, 2 more here, Karen. What is May called in Spanish? I do not know that.
Mayo.
Mayo.
Like Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, I should have known that. And we just had Cinco de Mayo folks on. Come on, man. Chief Executive Officer of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, was born on May the 14th. Was this 1980, 82, or 84? I think it was 84 because he's my age. And it was 84. And then finally, how many days are there in May?
31.
31, that's right. And you know the old trick, if you don't know the days, like in the month, I learned this when I was a little kid.
There's some kind of poem.
You put there's a poem, I guess, but there's also, you put your knuckles together. Here's what this whole show has been about today. Brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union. So you put your 2 fists together, and every time your knuckle is up, it's 31, and in between the knuckles, it's 30. So check this out. January, February, that's the only exception. May is 31, June 30, 31st July, August 30. Wait.
August has 31.
Hold on. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August both have 31.
Right.
And look, both of your knuckles are up.
Yep.
So isn't that cool? I learned that when I was in grade school. So there you go.
They didn't teach us that here.
There's your news for the day. So, well, Karen, appreciate you being on. Been a fun show. First episode here for Walker County Federal Credit Union being on. Before we let you go, just any final remarks from you today?
No, just want to say thank you. We're so glad that you're back, and we look forward to partnering with you too.
Awesome. We appreciate that. Again, go set up your accounts. You can call them. They've got an awesome online new banking platform, by the way. Just got all that set up. It was very quick and easy. At least for us, I know you guys, there were some internal things that behind the scenes that you had to take care of, but for the customers and for me, flawless. It was so easy, and the new online banking platform is amazing. I've already used the check imaging, where you can take pictures of your checks. I do that all the time, and that works really well. So you got all your big city, big national banking tools right here with Walker County Federal Credit Union. So don't think just because it's your local credit union, they don't have the same resources, because I can tell you that not only do they have the same resources, they probably have a lot more as well. And you are not number 324. You are John when you walk into the bank.
And you're talking to somebody that knows you or that you can walk in and see in person.
That's right. Well, today's focus has been all about community, lifting others up, and that's how I'll end this show as I end every single broadcast. Good morning, Huntsville. I want to remind you this morning, someone out there is probably in need. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. That person out there needs you. As always, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow as we will have our friends from Guardian Defense join us here on Good Morning Huntsville. Until then, have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.